As of uploading this video, we are mere hours away from the Super Mario 3D All-Stars game releasing on the Nintendo Switch. Finally, we'll get to play all of our favorite 3D Marios. Well, not all of them. But you guys get what I mean. I mean Super Mario Galaxy on Switch HD, Super Mario Sunshine on Switch HD, Super Mario 64 on Switch HD, kind of. I mean it's 720p not 1080, but still, it's on Switch. There are so many reasons to be excited for these games. I've already made a video talking all about why I think the games are a good value, and even though there's really minimal additions, as in pretty much no additions, I still think these games are a good value because it's 3 of the greatest games of all time for the price of 1. I mean, you just don't really get that much of a better deal than that. However, despite the fact that I think 3D All-Stars is objectively a good deal, it is definitely textbook definition of a lazy port. I mean, there's really nothing added at all. The games are just ported or emulated on Switch. On top of that, Super Mario 64 isn't even 1080p as I alluded to earlier. It's also not even widescreen, which is just super confusing and makes no real sense. However, today I don't want to talk about those shortcomings, rather I want to talk about the things that could have been added to make this collection really, really cool, but unfortunately weren't. Collections like these are always really good for 2 different types of players. 1, players who have never played these games before, or 2, players who have played these games before and love them. I would assume if you're watching this video, most of us are in the latter half. We've played at least one of these games before and just want to go back and revisit one of our favorite games, potentially ever. However, Nintendo definitely could have added something in this collection to keep us motivated and keep us playing these games. Normally in collections that celebrate a series' history like this, there's usually some, hidden goodies that you can unlock by beating each game, like models or screenshots from the original development, behind the scenes little videos or featurettes, commercials of the game that aired back when it launched, but here there's literally none of that. How awesome would it have been if maybe every 10 stars you unlocked in Super Mario 64 you went back out to the home menu and saw like, I don't know, high fidelity model or something, or a really unique piece of concept art that maybe we haven't seen before, or hell, maybe it even just unlocked a new song in the soundtrack, which as of right now is just unlocked for all 3 games right out of the get-go. Maybe this is more of a personal thing, but just the fact that those rewards would have existed would have given me so much more motivation to go back and play these games that I've already played. Sure, I'm gonna play them all, and I'll probably end up 100%ing them all too, but having just some sort of external motivation to do so would have made me do it so much faster. Multiplayer is something that all these games kind of sorely lack. It's no secret that Super Mario 64 was originally intended to have multiplayer. In fact, when the giant Nintendo database was leaked, people even found an original model for Luigi that was never included in Super Mario 64. I'm pretty sure multiplayer was also originally in Sunshine's game plan, but was scrapped due to time constraints, and Galaxy's multiplayer, well, it's literally the definition of younger sibling mode. Just hand the remote to your younger sibling so technically they can be doing something and your mom will stop yelling at you that you're not spending any time with them. I would have loved to see an actual multiplayer implemented into these games. 100% it would have been a lot of work. I mean, editing these older games is, I'm sure, not something that can be super easily done. However, at least for Super Mario 64, there are routine mods put out for that game, and I've obviously seen mods for Sunshine and Galaxy as well, just they're not as frequent. So to say that Nintendo couldn't have done something like this is absolutely ludicrous. It was 100% possible and within their realm of possibility. It would have been such a cool feature to add to this collection, especially since the Switch emphasizes multiplayer so much, but alas. At the time of 3D All-Stars release, Mario Odyssey was the most recent 3D Mario game. One thing that game did incredibly well is the costumes. I just love to be able to customize Mario. Something about that is really, really, really fun, and it just works. Like, I don't understand why it took them this long to implement it, but finally they did in Odyssey, and I'd love to see them go back to these older games and add some sort of costume mechanic inside this 3D All-Stars pack. There's so many different ways they could do this. Maybe it could be tied to the different collectibles like I suggested earlier, so maybe if you get 10 power stars, you get a different costume for Galaxy or something like that. Honestly, this is not a lot of effort at all, and definitely within the realm of possibility. A simple remodeling / retexturing for Mario and a simple model swap when the player has reached a required threshold is an incredibly easy task for a company as big as Nintendo. Another really small thing I think would have been nice is a save states feature, or a rewind feature like you see on NES and SNES Nintendo Switch Online. I really don't understand why these features weren't implemented, as Nintendo has demonstrated that they know they're really nice features to have, because once again they're on both the online services, but they're not in this game, which literally is just 3 games emulated / ported, which is the exact same as the other online server. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't remember much of Super Mario Sunshine because I haven't really played that game a ton, but from what I do remember, there are some really difficult and enraging sections of that game. I specifically remember one time I was like riding Yoshi on a boat. I'm not really sure why. It was probably to get to some like secret area, and I kept missing a jump. Now in retrospect, I was pretty young during this memory, so hey, the jump could have been pretty easy, but I remember in that game, every time you drop Yoshi in the water, Yoshi just like straight up dies, and you gotta go all the way back like across the map to get him again and just attempt the jump again one more time, and you gotta wait for the boat. It's just a whole process. Rewinds and save states, while obviously not for everyone, are definitely a nice feature to have included. Just another example of Nintendo kind of cutting corners in this pack. The last thing I wanted to mention is minigames. Now, you're probably thinking minigames were not in any of these original titles, so why would I think Nintendo would add them into a 3D All-Stars pack? Well, I don't mean minigames that are like brand new features of gameplay. I just think it would have been really nice if Nintendo put up some like online leaderboards or something, and set minigames such as, hey, whoever can complete Bob-omb Battlefield fastest gets their name on the leaderboard or something like that. These little mini distractions would be great ways for people who have already played all these games to get some more mileage out of this pack. Imagine something like Koopa freerunning but in Mario Kart 64 or Sunshine. Once again, this really wouldn't be hard to implement at all. You could even just choose it from the menu. Imagine there was like a rotating weekly challenge. You click on that, it just spawns you in some random mission in Super Mario Galaxy, and you gotta get to the end as fast as you can. Really not difficult at all. I just think it would have been great. It would have increased replayability, and I can't really think of a single downside to adding in a mode like this. To finish this video off, I am super excited for the remasters. I think they're gonna be really fun, and once again, I think they're worth the price. However, you can't deny that Nintendo definitely did the bare minimum and could be considered lazy while porting these over. Once again, while I'm still gonna buy it anyway, I feel in some ways that this is kind of a missed opportunity. I mean, everyone was saying it during the rumors, this is so rare for Nintendo to do something like this. They never really do trilogy packs like this. I mean, the Metroid Prime trilogy, the 3D All-Stars, I guess the original All-Stars if you want to count that. I mean, can anyone name any more? Like, I can't. So to see that no real extra things were added at all does kind of feel like a missed opportunity. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below though, and hey, I mean, the game is literally coming out within like the next couple of hours depending on when I upload this, so man, fingers crossed, everyone just like have fun. If you don't have the game, I'm sorry, hopefully you can get a pre-order in before the game disappears on March 31st, I think, 2021. That's still so weird to me, but anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you're new because we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and I got a couple really cool videos coming out then, so stay tuned. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop signing off. Peace.